There's several different emergency exits and exits on a bus. So I'm going to show you all the exits you've got on the bus, and then I'm going to tell you when you're supposed to use which one, or sort of try to explain when you're supposed to use each one, because it's conditional on what the problem is at the time. So first, this is our main door that we come in and out of. Unless you're in a wheelchair, you come in the lift door in the back. You never use the lift door for anything other than bringing a lift on or a lift off, a wheelchair on or off the bus. You're not going to use it for yourself to get on or off the bus. Never stand on the lift. Even in an emergency, you're not going to use the lift. It takes too much time to deploy it and everything else. You got to have somebody outside opening the door for you. You don't want to use that in an emergency, okay? So, but you've got that for wheelchairs. You've got this for normal entry and exit. Okay, in case of emergency, in case you lose power, in case for some reason the switch isn't working, you flip this switch in the other direction, these doors will open and close because there's no air applied to them. You can go out. Okay, so that's how this works. Then you come back here. You've got this for an emergency exit. Boom. You're most likely not going to want to go up in an emergency. This would be most likely if the bus was on its side that you're going to use this. This is a lot larger than it seems when the bus is on its side. It's actually like a small door. Okay, so this right here, you pop it up like that. It says turn knob, then push. Turn knob, push. And notice that. And then you just flop that all the way over and you can go right through. Okay, now if you do that while you're in the bus, just show, so you can see how it operates, that's fine, because you should know how all this stuff operates, but sometimes putting it together is not quite as easy as taking it apart. The other thing is, you got this little hole here, these little hand holes here. Looks like you're going to pinch your fingers in here when you're trying to bring it back down. Don't worry, you won't. As long as you have your fingers in those handholds, you won't pinch your fingers in there. So that's how that works. Come back here a little bit farther. As you'll notice, we have emergency exit windows. Pull it like this. That opens just like that. Again, just like a door. And you can go out there. If you notice, it's quite a ways down. So I'm just letting you know. But that's what you know. That's what how an emergency window works. Now you want to try it on the bus you're on, because some of these handles are a little different. Sometimes you have it like this. Sometimes you have a lever. Sometimes you have a knob. Okay. Sometimes you have one of those on the older buses. You have those full-size doors on the side. Know how your bus operates. On this side, you have the exact same thing. Now there are some lift buses, only lift buses. You need to know this. This is on the test. There are some lift buses that do not have emergency window exits. We're not even going to explain why, but some lift buses do not have emergency exit windows. All the other passenger buses without lifts have emergency window exits. Okay, so now you know that. Come back here, like I told you, you are not going to use this to try to get out. First off, this is in your way, so you're going to have to deploy this. You'll be reaching around here trying to get the door open. Don't even think about using this for an emergency exit. If you have to, you can go through these, open the window and go down, but it's even farther up than those, and it's half the size of an emergency exit window. Then you got this back door here. You have so many people that have tried to do this when they go to do their dexterity test, and they grab this and they can't figure out why the door won't open. That's just protecting your knuckles, protecting this from actually accidentally getting open, things like that. So this is the handle that opens the door. Pull it up all the way, push it open, push it all the way open. Once it gets out there, it stops. It's locked. It's staying open. At this point in time, you would sit down here and you would scooch out. Okay, now that door is open twice, just like magic, it'll close. Okay, so now it's closed. It's all secure. So let's go back towards the front. There's one more exit on this bus. One more exit people don't think about. Earlier on one of the other videos, I showed you that we have a fire extinguisher on the bus. If the bus catches on fire, are you going to grab the fire extinguisher and put the fire out? No. You're going to make sure you get the kids off the bus, and you're going to get well away from the bus. Leave the fire, putting the fire out to the firemen. Okay? That right there, to me, yes, it's wonderful to have that on here, but guess what? To me, That is my door opener, my emergency door opener. This bus falls on the side with this facing up, and for some reason I can't go out the roof hatches. For some reason my back door is jammed. All I have to do is I can kick this out. Swift kick with your foot will kick this window out. If for some reason you can't get it to go out with that, you grab that fire extinguisher and you bang that window will fall out. It's designed to do that. That is an emergency exit. So, there you go. So, one more thing two more things I was going to show you. Go. If you remember, I was saying it was a long ways down from this thing. So if you can imagine you're a 3 or 4 year old or a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old. That's a long ways down to come out that window. You're going to hit this ground hard. You don't have any padding down here. You'll be lucky if you're over grass or something like that. With me, it's 6 feet off the ground at the top of my head. Okay? So if you had some little child, if you have somebody out here catching the children or taking the children, putting them down, that's one thing. But to have them just coming out the window and jumping, you might want to reconsider that one if you have an option. Okay? So, got one more thing I got to show you, and then we'll do that. Before you pull up the lever on the back door for emergency exit, push the door all the way open. It locks. It's not going to close on me, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to sit down on the end of the bus, nice and comfortable, and scooch. We don't jump. We don't leap. We don't run and jump. We don't do somersaults or anything like that. We sit and we scooch, and it's safe as could be.